Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we're going to be drawing an owl, or in this case, coloring and texturing in, and did all the shading and stuff in the background and whatnot, because I already got the outline finished. But, yes, we're drawing an owl today. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and now let's get right into this, shall we? So, I got the outline finished, so now all we need to do is just get the coloring in for the owl. Then we gotta do the other part of the outline, which is essentially just the, the background. Probably not gonna take that long. I have an idea where the owl's gonna be flying, kind of in like the middle of, the moon, with the barn in the background and some trees. But that might be it. I'm not sure. Like, that barn's probably gonna be like down here, like in this area, with the moon big over here and some trees over here. I haven't figured out what kind of tree yet, but it's just going to be a simple drawing, which is hopefully not going to take too long. Oops, I don't know why I put that there. It would make more sense to put this here. So yeah. This is going to be an animals drawing. This is the only animals drawing that I've come up with. I don't know if I had a different name for it, but I guess it doesn't exactly matter. The idea here is to draw a barn owl, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Although I still feel as though that I haven't gotten that stuff from the D drive yet, but the D drive has been removed currently. And we're going to have that looked at and see if we can recover the stuff from it at the very least. Hopefully. Doesn't take too long. Hopefully we can get that done with soon, but I don't know what's going to occur. Alright, your beak should probably be a bit more like here. Yeah, just about. Beak. But yeah. This is already something that I'm able to remember without having to worry about it too much. Let's see, what kind of color do I want for this to be actually? I'm gonna go for a more orangish look for the torso. Okay, more orange than that. Maybe a little less dull. And a little bit more red. Kind of. Hold on, let me see if I can bring the brightness up to by 7 and this by 45. I guess maybe it just feels like I'm back where I started. What if I went for a more orange-red look? More red look? Nah. We had something close to that, but I guess that will... more orange. Actually, yeah, golden. We'll go for a golden look. Alright, good. I'm glad we figured that part out. Well, in the meantime, while Minecraft is on hiatus, I went into RL Craft, started a new save, but this time in hard mode. And doing decent so far. Had his first sleep, had to deal with a stupid freaking Reaper, but it didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. It took me a while to remember how to get to where we were though, but I at least managed somewhat. Part of me is curious starting up a series like that on here, but I don't know when I would do that. Because whether or not we can get the videos back, or we have to do a 4-hour time skip, or a 2-hour time skip, whatever is the case, I mean, we will still be obviously doing Minecraft, just not yet. Not until I can see if I can get those videos back. And if I can't, well then I'll just have to do a 4-hour time skip. I still have the save, but the only thing that was affected was the videos. I know I at least have one video there that I can utilize. But, yeah. As annoying as it is, we are able to continue. I'm just holding off until I can get those videos back, and if I can't, well, then I'll just do a 4-hour time skip. Or, as I've said before, a 2-hour time skip, because chances are one of the videos is corrupted or didn't fully record. And there's no way to know until we can get access to the D drive again. So, now I just wait. Now we play the waiting game. Which is fine. I think this is actually a good habit to get into. But not like mid-season, obviously. Like, maybe at the end of a season we do like a separate series. One that's, you know, not that long, but long enough for like, you know, several episodes to be pretty quick. I was thinking somewhere around November, I put Minecraft on hiatus again as soon as season 4 ends, and we go on ahead and play Sonic Frontiers when it comes out. Which I don't know when it's coming out. That's something in my back of my throat. I think it's like a phlegm or something. Well, whatever it is, it's gone now. But, yeah. That's something I'm thinking about doing. Which is not entirely outside the realm of possibility. I get this on PC, hook up my PS4 controller to it, and boom! We got ourselves a new series. It would kind of be perfect, because then we'd have 2 Sonic series on the channel. Adventures 2, while we do all of those painstaking missions, because those are going to be a pain in the ass. And then Sonic Frontiers. Well, yeah, I did a little bit of Minecraft RL craft. And I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that, because I am still rather busy. I gotta get the edge dragons drawn, but I think I'm gonna get a little bit of it played tonight after I finish with this. See what I can do with there, see if I can like get a house built. Got this nice little clearing. Maybe I'd be able to show you it at some point, but I don't know if I can like have that combined with Minecraft as is. For now, though, it don't matter. For now, we're just gonna focus on this owl here. Probably should have had that combined, but I guess it's fine. I gotta say, it's always strange going into modded Minecraft. Don't know how to explain it properly. It's just always felt strange, you know? But, yeah. It is definitely completely different from vanilla, the experience. A whole new learning experience. You got JEI and all that stuff, even though technically the recipe book is like still the same thing in the same vein, but slightly different and all that stuff. But yeah, that is something that's interesting, I guess. I went. Well, I don't think that you've seen this in the episodes yet, since this was set in Sonic Adventures 2 after episode 40. But, why are you doing that? I went on ahead and finished up Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which, my god, was that annoying towards the end. Got the frickin' hyper emeralds and whatnot. Of course, obviously, in anniversary mode, because I do not have the patience to do it in classic mode. Especially if you miss the frickin', what do you call it, in the blue spear stage, which is always the most stressful stage. Less stressful than 2, though. 1 seems somewhat less stressful as well, so long as the thing doesn't, like, you know, screw up to an extent. At least that's a little bit more manageable. And there's only 6 that you have to get, as opposed to 7 and 2 and 14 and frickin' 3 and Knuckles. I imagine 3 is just the same as what they call it. Because it sounded like 3 was just like its own thing. But then Knuckles was put into consideration. And then that was it. It was just, or maybe he wasn't there, I don't know. I don't remember the olden days. I'm just kind of glad I never did the olden days. I do remember vaguely, way back when I was playing Sonic 1 on some old Genesis console thing. But I was not like my own console, it was somebody else's. So, yes. I definitely do have some experience, but it's so goddamn far in my memory that I don't remember anything of it at all. So, going back to it in anniversary mode and at least seeing what the end looks like without having to freaking smash the controller and then the TV out of anger and even more rage and frustration. At the very least, we know how it ends. But my god, man, are the final bosses of 2 and 3 just tedious. And 2 is more tedious, but 3 is a little less tedious. It's just the way it works. Freaking bumper thing, and then then there's the true final boss, which was kind of anticlimactic, because towards the second phase of that, I just went on a ring collecting spree, because I didn't realize that apparently I was supposed to hold right. I was trying to stay all the way to the left to not get hit by the asteroids, so I can continue collecting rings. If I was a case of it just being, oh, now you just gotta go collect some rings, refresh, go into the second phase, and then boom. Now you're in the second phase, and you gotta go through all the rings you get there. But nope, no, that's not how that works. Go on ahead, collect a bunch of rings, and fight the boss while you're in there. Could have saved a lot of time. Would have made it a lot less anticlimactic, but we did it in the end. And as tedious as that entire game was, we were able to finish it. And then we went into Sonic CD, which is, the freaking special stages there is just annoying. If I were to have to rank that in annoyance, I would have to say it's the second annoying stage out of the 4 in Origins. Second annoyance. Where we would have, 2 being the most stressful and the most annoying. 1 probably being the second. Well, I would say that 2 was only really stressful because we didn't really have a lot of those coins to restart the thing. Anxiety-inducing. 3 I think, takes the cake on that one. And 1, I haven't played that one in a while. Well, I mean, once I refresh, I should do that. Both 1 and CD seems to take the same special stage requirement instance, where you gotta get to the end of the level with 50 rings, which is a little bit, annoying? Infuriating? Stressful? Because of all the freaking surprise enemies and bullshit. I mean, I guess at least in anniversary mode, if you get to the end, you're like, well, I didn't get a whole bunch of rings and I got screwed over, so I'm gonna go through it again, press restart, did the whole level again, and boom. Now I know where all the enemies are, because that's apparently how the entirety of the classic Sonic games were. It's just literally a memory game. Trying to remember where most of the things are. Oh, the same still even applies to the more modern games that are quote-unquote classic, I guess, in this particular day and age. Adventures 1 and 2 is a good example. If you want to get the ring missions on stuff like Mission Street, you gotta know where all the enemies are gonna pop up, those annoying fucking robots. Same with the Metal Harbor, with Eggman drowning in the water a bunch of times. So I say those games still require some form. Are you in the box, Cadillac? I'm in the box. Some form of memory still. Although I guess... Actually, I don't know. Are classics more forgiving? If you know an enemy's going to pop up in the spot that you're about to move into in, say, Sonic Adventures 2, and you can plan for that. And it's pretty much a much more bigger space to look at, even with the, the adjusted ratio and the upgraded, It's hard to say. I don't have the patience for that kind of stuff anymore. Alright, here's the moon. Probably should have it fit the screen. Alright, so there's going to be a barn here. Although it's going to be more... What's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be more silhouette-like. Oh, whoops. I need you to not do that. Also, I should probably go and collapse that and go to here now. I'm going to have the shadow be more prominent on these particular instances here. We got the barn house. If I'm doing the thing correctly, which I should be, right? Yes. Although if it's a silhouette, see, I don't know if I want to go for a full-on silhouette. Kind of want to keep it a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more restrained. Like so. Yeah, sure, why not? And, whoops, and then we do this. Do this, whoops. And there we go. Put a little bit more inwards like that. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can adjust this a bit. Well, if we're going to have some form of a shape here, then I should probably do this. This one's going to be just a cross window. Good old cross window. So now I need you to be this. You to be this. And then that. Now, I don't think I'm going to post this on the day I'm making this, which is a Sunday. I might hold off on posting this until a little bit later after the week, you know. Maybe Tuesday or something. But we'll see what happens. Tuesday would make the most sense, since that would be the day that the Minecraft, assuming I can't get it back. If I do get it back, then, you know, all's well. But if I don't, well, I guess that's just how it is, unfortunately. We're gonna just have to wait until next week. I should be able to, so long as we can get the tools that we need to be able to actually look at the hard drive. I'm gonna make that a bit less tall or something. And there we go. That will probably be shown more because of the moon here. Probably should bring this like over here or something. I'm questioning if I want the trees to be a little bit more like full-on looking here, because I usually do the what do you call it for the what's the word? Christ, the brush texture for like the trees and whatnot. That's what I usually do. But for this drawing in particular, I want to do something different. If most of it's going to be a silhouette, then I can do something like this. Well, first things first, I should probably make sure this is where it needs to be instead of, let's see. Instead of that, put this here. Yeah, something like that. And then we just copy the other side and maybe make some adjustments. This will be the tallest tree here, so as to not have to worry about there being issues with you know, certain things here. I'm gonna even make it a little bit more taller. And then yeah, there we go. And that one will be a little bit thinner, but still slightly taller. This one will go down like so, down here like that, down here, thicker, thinner, and then have that follow along the lines of this like so. There we go. Now I'm probably going to have another tree here. These will be slightly less silhouette-like and have somewhat of a specific green aura. I am trying something different here after all, so it's good to want to try to experiment. I'm not doing any like feather-looking things for this, although I probably should do a feather texture actually, now that I remember. The current thing just looks like fur, but we want it to be more feather-like, so we'll go here. So I'll make this 10 or something and see what that looks like. Rotate you, and make you bigger. Yeah, I guess just about that. 150. Rotate you. Same thing, feathers. And you will keep this look to an extent. A little bit more down there and some on the feather part. And there we go. Alright, good. Now, what else? What else do we need to do is the question. I guess for now, I'll just fill in the tree silhouettes. Try to keep it somewhat open. So I'll have these trees here as well. Probably should have made those darker, but I guess it's fine. We'll see how big of a difference it makes once this is fully set. Also, where are you at right now? Ah, you're right there. So maybe you should be that instead, and this here instead. So that this can be this. There we go. Now we need the barn. That part should be easy enough. I was going to be using darker colors here to make this look good. This won't be probably more silhouette-like. This is slightly different from what I usually do. It's supposed to be like a white barn bit. I guess what I could do here is this. Yeah, but I could just do the shadow. Shadows might make this easier instead of having to like rely on making the colors different. At least with the trees, it makes sense for them to look like that. But with the shadows, I can do heavy shadows here in areas where I need there to be heavy shadows. That'll make it easier. Alright, now I need you. And you. Which will be red. Maybe a little bit more red. And as for you, you will be more tan, I think. Barn 1E. That's not the layer I wanted to go on. Okay, I think that has to be below everything. There we go. Just simplistic stuff. It doesn't need to be complex for something that's barely going to have any details being shown here. Alright, let's see. So you'll probably be this. We're going to probably have some heavy shadows until it gets to there. Windows 1C. And then it's dark inside this room. There we go. Now then, time for the moon. Also, how much space do I have currently? I want to check this out. Just a quick check to make sure that I have enough. Okay, I do still have enough space. Good. Good, great, fantastic. Okay, now for you. There's some owl in the moon. And now we need the sky. What color should the sky be, you may ask? Well, I guess I'll leave it like this for now until I can figure out exactly what I want. But for now, let's get some stars in here, but more than just the small stars. Get some big stars in here as well. And now some more small stars. Actually, get some flares in here and make it look like twinkles and whatnot. Okay, good. Now here comes the shading. This part should be somewhat simplistic, maybe, we'll see. What a giant moon. Now then, I should delete the blank, now that we're not needing it. Got a nice dark sky going over here, but keep it relatively lit up here. Alright, good. And now for the trees. We're going to also have to texture these trees as well. But that shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know exactly what kind of texture I want to go for the trees, but I can think of something. Let's see. I'm still waiting for Valheim to get a big update. I don't think the Mistland update's out yet. Even so, I don't really think I'd be going back to it just yet. Not with all of the stuff that I gotta get done with. Kinda sucks, but hey, you gotta do what you need to do to get out of a very terrible job. Well, it's not very terrible, I just don't like freaking doing jobs like this. It's not for me. Not meant for people like me who just can't stand around doing nothing. The same thing over and over again, with no differences, no spice, nothing like that, just the same damn thing. The only time I get any form of like happiness is when a certain coworker is there. And the only thing that sucks about it though is the fact that they have to stay over for that to occur. Which is, you know, they apparently like staying over for the, you know, getting more money. But, you know, it's still, I just don't really like it. The fact that people are forced to have to waste their life to be able to get by. When it's just easier to just not have to worry about money and whatnot. If, you know, you pursue the thing that you enjoy doing. And that's what I want to try to do. People are going to be stuck within their particular instance, having to work more hours than they need to, than they physically, healthily should do. People really do try to do their best to, you know, get a lot of money to ensure that they survive in this world. And at the cost that goes their life. It really is depressing. That's why I can't stand it when I see people forced to do overtime in that fucking place. And all because management don't fucking know how to do shit when it comes to actually managing certain ships. But they've come to terms with it. I, for one, can't. I prefer to not grow up. It's much easier on mental health if I, you know, focus all of my efforts on creation and whatnot. If people want to do that kind of stuff, then let them do it. They're not going to try to pursue their goal, but they're going to try their best to make it so that their families won't starve. Me, personally, I don't think I would ever be able to go for the full-on family life. See, I'm a hermit, an introvert, if you will. I'm fine with a cat to take care of. I'm a cat person, and I like cats. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really go out of their way for stuff like marriage and whatnot. I have no interest in getting any children. No interest in settling down with anybody. Hell, part of me wants to hope that Android technology becomes a thing, real and made perfectly, and that we can transfer our consciousness over to there so that my Android body can just, you know, continue creating. have said before many times that I had a theory that our souls, they're like our main body. That's what we are. We are our souls. That's what I'm trying to get at. Our physical bodies don't matter, because our souls are what's really there. Now, part of me wonders if it is at all possible for us to be able to acquire memories from our soul. If that even is a thing, because we don't know a whole lot about our, how things work. How all the mystical stuff works. All the things that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, mysterious. These are things that we do not know. But I'd like to think that whatever it is, that of which keeps our body moving, that's the kind of thing right there that is, it is basically just us, our immortal body. That's what it is. I have explained it once before, and I cannot explain it again. I'm sorry. I don't know how the hell I can explain it better. Think of it like this. Our souls are what's immortal. Our physical bodies aren't. We die, our physical bodies die out, and our soul leaves it and goes to somewhere else. Whether it be another physical body, or it goes to whatever other place there is out there, back to where it came from originally. Nobody really knows. Life is mysterious, but there's no sense in rushing towards the answers. That's the thing. You don't want to rush towards the answers, even if life here is getting you down. Although I guess, simply put, it's a lot more complicated than that for most people. For me, I want to create as much as I can. But, that's the thing, I have my goals. You guys, you need to get your own goals so that you can continue, having a purpose in life. Even if the purpose technically doesn't, make any sense, because in the end, nothing really matters, everything dies out. But who knows? Somewhere out there in that mysterious universe, multiverse, or whatever verse there is, there are dozens, if not infinite number of realities, and one of which is probably out there archiving all of the universes. That's guaranteed to not die out. And even if that does die out, I'm sure that there's another universe out there that's also archiving, and they're just constantly being created as more and more time passes on by. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what? That's fine. Life is full of mysteries. So, if you're having a bad time now, don't worry, because life, as much as it likes to break everything in your freaking life, it can be good sometimes. You just gotta go for it. Find the good times. If you actively try to find the bad times, you're just not gonna have a fun time. And that's not what you want, trust me. But, I don't know why I'm trying to say this. Wisdoms from an artist. I mean, I've created long enough to have, a better understanding of, the mysteries, and have an open mind when it comes to stuff like that. I'm the kind of person where, hey, God exists. Cool, great, fantastic. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's just same old, so long as I, create. So long as I'm allowed to create. Doesn't really matter to me. I don't have that same restriction mentality that most people do. Although I guess there is still technically restrictions when it comes to drawing certain things. And you know what those restrictions are. Fetishes that I do not care for at all. Underage crap. What else? The complete and utter death, gory of a favorite character? Yeah, definitely not that. That's another one. That's why my tag is a mix of almost everything. I draw whatever I want that I want to draw. That I am comfortable with drawing. Okay, let's see. I still feel like these could be a little bit more silhouetted. I'm going to bring the highlights to 50 here for a quick second. And, whoops, and try to get these trees to be a bit more showy. No, that's the shadow. Stop clicking on the shadow. Oh yeah, I made that grimoire drawing. It so far hasn't gained as much traction as Magilou did. I guess it makes sense. Magilou is a main character in one of the games. Wouldn't make any sense for Grimoire, a character who's literally only there for like somewhere after the half part of the game. I don't remember. Hold on, where was that again? At that point in the game, you're going for that one area with the green-haired kid, I think. I believe. You're trying to figure out what's in the content of the book. Then after that, there's that snake bitch. Who was a bitch at first, but then started becoming a good character. And, I think I was mainly called a bitch because of the fucking dumbass. Or was that during the kid part? No, I think that was during the kid. I don't remember. There was just one aggravating fight in that game that I couldn't get past that forced me to just have to grind everything. I guess that was just my hair. Well, not grind everything, just kill a bunch of enemies. Which it did help. I really should have just grinded some stuff in the game. It would make more sense since it's like an RPG. Like if that is it called Final Fantasy? Right, Final Fantasy. I was thinking of Destination, but no, that's a different Final. Like Final Fantasy, if you're having a hard time getting past a certain fight, just grind some levels. Though I guess 7 isn't really exactly, or at least 7 Remake isn't exactly like, that formula doesn't work because the main frustrating part is the enemies that just knock you back or stun you or do that shit instead of it just being, God, again, even in freaking single player mechanics, it's still the worst mechanic in all games. I swear. Alright, well, there's part of the background. I feel like I should have the bottom be a little bit more darker. I have most of the top side to be brighter. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It would be darker more down below. Oh, yeah. In the Unity project, Paint Maze project, I went on ahead after I finished recording the 3rd episode and made a little level. Like, not a level that I saved, obviously, because it was just to test things out. But I made a little level testing out the 3 new mechanics that I made in the 3rd episode. And boy, oh boy, was that level stressful. Man, that's the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about in like the future levels of that game. Because the map is pretty big. So if you have like multiple areas that you have to go through and no checkpoints, that is going to be a little bit worrisome in trying to like, do all that stuff. We'll see what it's like. Okay, so then, I need to get the shadow here to be a bit more darker. There we go. Well, I kind of want this to be a bit darker as well. Okay, good, great, fantastic. Should I do some more texture work on those trees? I think I'll do some more texture work on those trees back here. What kind of texture, you may ask? I'll probably just still use this again. But, yeah, the grimoire drawing, right. It's, it's doing decent for most drawing standards. But when it comes to most mature drawings, it's not doing as good as it could. Which I'm not sure where that would be. On the average, I'm going to look up the thing right now and see where it's at. Oh, hey, we got 6 notifications. Okay, only 2 from that drawing, but a bunch from others. Grip Get Us, thanks for adding a succubus bugging fetish to your favorites. Ethan X Samurai, thanks for adding Karasuba's Ticklish Revenge to your favorites. Weird Town, thanks for adding Tickling Art Offline. Man, it's all the same. And Ross the Scarecrow, thanks for adding Grimoire's Book of Tentacles to your favorites. At least there's just one now. You just saved it in both. Yeah, right now it's only at 1K view and 31 favorites, but that's within the span of I don't know how many hours. It's only just saying published yesterday, despite the fact that I posted this, I don't know, 8 hours ago? Not 8 hours. It was somewhere after 4, so like 6. Somewhere around 6 hours ago, so it's still doing good. Just not doing good as most other stuff does, you know? But, yeah, that's the case. Why is that like that? Well, I guess what I could do is just go to the barn here and, get rid of some of the sightings, like so. Alright, good. Don't know why red is being fine. Sure, I guess. Why not? Yeah, so there wasn't too much here. I guess what I could do to add more to the, the background is to get some larger stars in here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. 50. Get some even larger flares here. Now get some hundreds. Now, I guess some clouds as well. But it should be a very specific color. Oops, that's gotta be 10. It's gotta be 10. Alright. Oops. Okay, now it's time for the fog bit. I'm going to switch over to the moon ray setup, but for now it's time for the fog. Yeah, it's another quick drawing. Gonna be less than an hour, which is kind of good. Less than an hour to get all this done with. I don't think I'm going to draw this owl again. What are the chances? And if I do draw another owl, I'll probably use a different swatch. Alright, let's see. Light purple. Let's see what that looks like. Kind of looks good. We'll see what I can do with the rest of the purple. But I think we only need like one more fog now. And that should probably be either dark blue or dark purple. Dark blue kind of looks good. I'm going to get rid of some of the fog around the, the moon. But that should be all there is to it for that. So now it's time for the moon rays. And a quick drink from our water. Lemonade. Alright, now let's see. What kind of lighting do I want to use here? Also, you need to move over here. That is the sepia, you fool. Move to lighting. I'd say a nice blue color. Nice, good old-fashioned moon rays occurring in most of the area here. And I probably should have this one move more downwards. Probably should delete a tiny bit over here. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And a little bit more here. And now let's see. Alright. Moonlight. Oops. Now it's time for the moonlight. And I'll have most of the moon take up most of the lighting bit here, but not too much. The owl isn't completely covered by the moon. Now for moon particles, which are probably going to be drowned out by the stars, but I guess it's fine. So we delete some of it around the owl over here. Now for the moon flares, vivid lighting, and now for the flares. Which again, most of it might be taken out of this area, but it's fine. Shadow rays 1A. What are you doing, cat? You destroying the box? Destroying that box that I gave you? Alright, let's see. So let's have that like this, have this like that, just so we get some shadow rays going on the owl. Now let's go over to the this part over here. Shadow rays 1B. Well, no, see, if I were to post it today, it would just get that out of the way and over with, so that we don't have to worry about, you know, having that stuff saved immediately. Or not, well, of course, we're not just saved immediately. I don't know, maybe I'll post this Sunday today, right now, which is this time that's been posted. We'll see. We'll see what happens. For now, though, it's time for us to... Well, there actually might be one thing I want to do, but I don't know if it's going to work out too well. Let's go over to effects. First things first. So now we gotta make some light purple instance. That's only going to be showing in most of the areas, but not all of it. Get some on the owl's back. Now get some full-on purple instances here. How about this one? I feel like I should... No, there's no light coming in the owl's eyes. Put some teal in here now, darker teal. To make that look a bit darker. Get some teal back here and here. Some dark blue area now. Probably like this shade, maybe. Or maybe this shade, let's see. A bit too dark. And how about some pink area? I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make, but it's worth a shot to see what that looks like. I still feel like I need to adjust the textures on the moon here. Hold on. Get some of these in, switch over to the cracks. Get some cracks in now. Reduce the crack size, do a little bit more of the crack here. And now let's get a little bit more of this in, and make it a little bit larger. There it is, finally. Just so we can see what the moon looks like texture-wise. Alright. Now, the only other part that I can think of to add there is the sepia. I think this effects is done with. But there's one more thing that I want to kind of do before I move on to the last bit of the effects with the sepia. I'll make a little aura kind of thing here. And we're going to have it behind the owl right here. Oh, God, it's doing that thing again. There we go. Now let's switch over to white so that the moon doesn't get in the way of some things here. Well, the moon is kind of getting in the way. Oh, but the vivid lighting here. Nah. Alright, now I'm going to get some sparkles in here, which is simple enough, really. We just need this stuff over here. Let's see what vivid lighting looks like for these. I don't know how much of a difference this is going to make with this here, because the moon is still relatively bright as hell. I could probably try to make the moon a little bit darker. Not too dark, but dark enough to where that is noticeable. And then we can... no, I gotta go to the effects. We can go on ahead and delete a small bit of the moonlight. Not there, but right here. Yeah, make the moonlight brighter. Now, is that noticeable, or is this not noticeable? Let's see. Alright, good, great, fantastic. So, let's see. Some more white aura, so this is noticeable. Don't do it at 100, do it at 50. Yeah, sure, why not? Make it look like the owl has a bunch of aura. Just spewing out of it as it flies around the moonlight and whatnot. I think that's all that I have for this now. So let's finish it off with the sepia. Try to go for under an hour here. And then we should be golden. Okay, everything back to normal? Good. Good. Great. Fantastic. Now for the sepia. Alright, let's see. Sepia. What is this going to look like if I do light purple? Too bright. I think that's the same thing. I think we might want a teal look here. That teal look actually looks really nice. Hold on. Gotta find the right shade of teal, though. Okay, that's a green. Which one would work? That's too dark. Unless the thing we're looking for is just straight up blue. Not quite, unless light blue. Oh, this shade. I don't know, I'm liking that one better. But I also do like the owl being brighter there, so why don't I have the middle portion be that? Right, that's what I want, right? Yeah. Or maybe have that one be lighter? No. It would be lighter here. No, it's not showing. I think that's good. Yeah, sure, why not? I think that's exactly what we need. Whoops. So now that means this is done. I don't think there's anything more left for me to do here. Background-wise, I kind of got what I wanted to get. Dark trees in the bottom left. A house to the bottom right. Or not a house, but, well, I guess it's whatever. Just some house in the night. Unless I would go on ahead and double the shadow up. No, then it's not even that noticeable. Especially with the way that looks down there. I can't exactly have a silhouette as easily as I'd like with my style, but you know what? It's fine. The owl is the main focus, with the background being simplistic, but still good enough to pass, I guess. I mean, you go in closer, you can see a little bit more of the textures of the thing, so, you know, it's still decent. So, alright, there we go. Another episode done with. And, of course, with effects, without effects, with effects, without effects. Huge difference, has a little bit more to it than just, you know, the bland color. Alright, here we go, folks. So, there's the Midnight Owl. And, yeah. Thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Subscribe for more. Check out that there playlist. And of course, the previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Sonic Adventures 2 Battle. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.